Helium is the gas that fuels life. This time, we meet with the team that's leading the way. My name is Phoenix, and this is the Newswire. As Vice President of Subsurface, Gengha brings with her over 25 years of experience in the oil and gas sector. In fact, she was instrumental in the early stages of the exploration and development of the Montney gas field in Ovintiv, formerly Encana, one of the world's largest shale gas play located in northwestern Alberta and British Columbia. Gengha understands the chemistry of exploration, bringing the right technical expertise together to explore for helium prospects for Avanti Energy. Gengha, walk us down the path of the chemistry of helium.
Helium is an inert gas of the noble gases. Its characteristic is it's non-toxic, it's odorless, tasteless, has low density. Now it's called the inert or the noble gas because it does not react with anything else. So it's non-flammable, non-combustible. And that's why it is a very highly sought element for various industry across the globe. Whether it is MRI, or whether it is aerospace, or automobile, or the cryptocurrency, to name a few. And that's why it's a really highly sought out element because of the characteristics. Where it is captured on Earth, it's a product, majority is a product of the decay of a radioactive mineral, that's uranium, thorium, that occurs in our crystalline basement rock. So what you have the decay. It produces 2 neutrons, 2 electrons, it escapes, and then it attracts 2 electrons, and then it forms, voila, your helium atom. The 2 electrons that gets attracted to the nuclei of the helium atom is what is shown in our Avanti logo. Unless it is trapped in the earth, helium will just escape from the earth all the way up to the atmosphere and then just goes into the space. And that is why on the Earth's atmosphere, we only have a very low concentration of helium, which is about 5 parts per million. So where do you look for this rare element? In the subsurface. And you have to have all the right geological attribute to line up for the helium to occur, to migrate, to accumulate, and finally to be trapped. So first you have the basement rock that's high in uranium and thorium, and that's where your helium is going to occur from the radioactive decay. Secondly, you need the gas to migrate, and so you've got either nitrogen or you might have a hydrocarbon to carry the helium with it. In the case of Greater Napan, we are looking at nitrogen-rich helium. Third, you have porous and permeable rock above the basement where the helium can go and accumulate. You need that. And lastly, you have the accumulation, but because helium is a very light element, it can just escape, but you need to have the seal, a rock to seal the rock, and you need to have some kind of a trap to contain the helium in the rock. We have an area in Greater Napan where all those criteria all has lined up for us. We do have the basement rock that's rich in uranium and thorium. And we have supporting gas analysis data in the area that supports that because we have gas data where helium is as high as 2%. We have a nitrogen-rich area where the nitrogen is above 90%, and we have very little methane. So that lines up, so that's one. We've got log data in the area where we know we've got a couple of porous and permeable zones. So one is in what we call, that sits above the Precambrian, which is the Cambrian zone. So we've got a porous zone sitting there. As you go up section, we've got another zone in the Devonian. The Devonian is another rock that has high porous and permeable rock. So that's another zone. And we have 2 zones there that could trap So that's another criteria that has been really good for us for Greater Napan. Greater Napan sits in an area where it fits all those geological criteria, and that's why we like that area.
Now that you understand what helium is all about, when we return, we'll ask both Chris and Gengha about this exciting helium-rich site, better known as the Greater Napan area.